Hello everyone and welcome to my video about Ark Raiders and the Trials system. I've been playing Ark Raiders since about 2 weeks after its release, so I didn't expect to get really high up on the Trials, but it was nice that I had a chance to get up here to Daredevil if I got double promotions week after week. And so I've been working towards that a little bit while off stream and just playing the game for fun, and it has been fun. However, now I'm up here at Wildcard 1, something has happened, and what has happened is this. I don't even know how anybody could get 6 digits while playing this game on the Trials without essentially no-lifing it, sweating up a storm, and playing it to back in the hopes of getting really good RNG that's going to boost their score. We got 2 people here who are obviously working together. They got the exact same score. They're on the exact same scoreboard. And so ultimately, if you're just a casual player and you're just playing solo and you can't just play this game back to back, you're never going to be up here. Just look at this. You've got to have more than 74,000 to be in the top 10 up here to get the double promotion. And here I am, rank 39, we've got 22 hours left. I've got 41,000 points, which I think is quite respectable. We can have a look here. I've got 3 stars on all of my trials. And yet, there is a real danger that someone here could leapfrog me and I wouldn't get even a single promotion. Now, I don't have time to do any more running around doing the trials today. I've got other things to do. I'm going out with my family, I've got to do shopping, I've got to stream games on Twitch, whole bunch of other commitments, so whether I make it or not to get just 1 promotion up to Wildcard 2, it is completely up to whether or not somebody else is playing. Now, this is kind of my fault, as now I've experienced this, I've researched it a little more. Apparently, if you wait till later in the week, you can get put into a group with people who are just starting. So because I started doing stuff at the start of the week, because I killed a couple of pops on Monday, I got put into this league with other people who were starting at the beginning of the week, and that included the most keen, the most eager, the most sweaty players amongst a lot. Just look at this. We got more than 20 people with 50 plus K. That averages 10K per a trial, which is fair. I hope they're enjoying the game, and I want them to enjoy the game. However, this does put me in a position where now, if I get this 1 promotion and I want to get the outfit at Daredevil 1, I'm essentially, if I get 1 promotion to Wildcard 2, I need to get a double promotion next week, which means I am now incentivized to put off playing the game probably until Thursday, Friday at the earliest. So I get put into a league with people who are less keen on chasing the trials, and I could have an easier time. Nobody will have that much time to really grind it out. And so the one hope would be to jump in Saturday or Sunday. Hopefully the trials will be nice. Hopefully they'll be easy enough to do. We'll get another one where it's like a little treasure hunt where you can normally get 15,000+ on it just in 1 run without worrying about it. The fact of the matter is, though, I don't want to go back to opening arc probes on the dam when it just so happens to be an electromagnetic storm in the hopes of maybe getting an extra 1 or 2,000. I don't want to go around hunting all these things. I certainly don't want to be doing the carryables in the hopes that I might get 5 or 6 rather than the 4 I got here. That's too much. I've only got so much time I can play this game and have fun with the game. And so now I'm in this weird position as well where they've announced that when you complete your expedition, if we go to it, where is it? Projects, you get a number of skill points equivalent to a number of millions of credits you got. My account is worth probably 2 point something million. I've got stuff in my inventory that's worth money as well. So I've now got to make a decision as to whether or not I'm going to put off playing the game to get on a good leaderboard for the trials so that I might have a shot at getting, where is it? The patrol outfit or if I'm gonna just ignore this altogether and just grind to get more money so I can double the value of my account effectively, so I can get 5 skill points after the expedition runs. This is not a particularly fun time. I'm enjoying the game and I will continue to enjoy the game, but I feel like this is counterintuitive. I'm being incentivized effectively to not play the game on a weekday because of this. And I doubt this is what the devs intended when they made it. I like the idea of trials because ultimately it gives you something to come back to each week. It gives you targets to aim for. And I like the rewards you get for the various stars. I think that's all very nice. But this whole leaderboard system thing and it being tied to the various cosmetics, boats that you can get, I'm not a big fan of it. It was fine in the earlier things where down here, I would just get 20 to 30 to 40,000 each week, get the double promotion and move up. But now I'm in this point where I'm at the top. Only the top 10 get a double promotion and everyone's got more than 70,000. Holy crap. The only way you could get this score is if you ground it out and you've done multiple upon multiple upon multiple runs and you're working together with somebody else probably. Maybe they're working in trios because I believe these scores you get as a trio are cumulative. You all share it together. But I'm not just here to whine and complain. I do believe that this system can be salvaged. It needs to accommodate for more casual players who don't have the time to really grind it out, because the sweats are going to dominate this every season if it continues as it is. And so to that end, I do have an idea as to how this whole thing could be fixed. Ultimately, we need to change how the various rewards are given out. And I would propose a little bit of backseat game deving here, because who knows what the game devs are actually planning. I propose that we divvy it up between the weekly rankings. We'll have the final ranks. Essentially, for the weekly rankings, you go up and down depending on what promotion level you get. Either a double, a single promotion, you hang steady, or you drop one. I believe is the full extent of what people can get. And ultimately, with the weekly rankings, you move up and down on the ranks. This is all entirely on your leaderboard. And you get, as a reward for that, a variety of stuff. So if you get +2 rankings, you get a pile of consumables, with pink being the rarest items in there. So you get the, the Exodus gear with the little hole in it, and a few other bits and pieces. Maybe you get a wolf pack or something like that. If you get 2, obviously you get blue rarity gear. If you get 0, you just hang steady, you get some green. And if you get a demotion, you just get common level gear. And so with that, you're sort of incentivized, but it's not sort of beholden to you. With the final ranks, I would imagine, if you're a super sweat, you probably want stuff that's going to be in line with what the expedition gives you. So your final ranking would give you extra XP, extra credits, extra scrappy, all that good stuff that you would get from completing an expedition, and that lasts for the next season. And the final thing is stars, which are the rankings at the minute. You complete something to get a star and you get a variety of unlocks. I would put the stars as where you get the cosmetics. This makes them much more accessible to people like myself who don't have all the time in the world. And we would work it out along such a fashion that in order to get the outfit, you would have to get something like, I don't know, it depends how much, it would help if I could type, it depends how much the devs want to be generous with such things. But I'd imagine anywhere between 50 to 75% of total stars available over the season. So you can just go, you can get the stars, And as you're collecting stars from the weekly trial, they're tallying them up and you're unlocking the cosmetics. So you start off with the emotes, and then you go down to backpacks, so on and so forth. And your first one, you just need to get, I don't know, some token amount, 5 stars, let's say. So once you get 5 stars, you just unlock the first particular bit of cosmetic, and then you just work along. If we go all the way up here, so you just work along. Let's say you get 5 stars, you get Happy Jig, and then when you get 20 stars, you get the Black Eye. Then you get the Archaeologist at 25 stars, or what have you. Obviously, they'd have to work out what exactly is the best rate for them to hand out the cosmetics. But this would incentivize me to just come back every week and get 3 stars on all my things, just because I'm going to want to get those cosmetics. And I don't then have to worry, I'm not beholden to the overall leaderboards and the rankings in order to unlock that stuff. These things still give you stuff that's useful. You still get a bonus for getting promotions because you'll get a bunch of useful consumable and materials to make stuff with. If you are in the upper ranks, you would also get buffs to next season where you get extra XP or what have you. I'd also change one thing. I do quite like the idea of people being high ranked enough to get the special version of the outfit. I don't mind that going out to the top 100, although 100 players is quite a lean number considering there's hundreds of thousands of people playing this game. So maybe they want to up that number a bit, but I'm quite happy for that cosmetic to be linked to being at the top of the ranks. But that's my thoughts about it. That's how I would change the system in order to make it more accessible for people who don't have all the time in the world to play it. And then I wouldn't be incentivized, because ultimately what I want and what most people who are quite casual want is going to be the cosmetics. That is going to be our thing. Let's just put special skin. I don't mind that being the grand prize of the final ranks. I don't think anyone would. But we would like to have a shot at getting the outfit without having to sink 20, 30 hours into the game each week just on grinding out trials. This is not conducive to getting me to play the game. And now I've got to make a decision. Either I'm engaging with this, or I'm engaging with the fact I need 5 million before I do my expedition in order to maximize my expedition money. But how are you guys all feeling? How are you thinking? Obviously, if tomorrow I wake up, I come on before I go to work and have a peek and I find out that I've just been pushed down to unchanged, I'm going to be grinding for money instead, because there won't be anything for me to do with regards to the trials, because I won't be able to get any better rewards. I hope that they are thinking about making some sort of change. I hope that they are considering it, because they really do want to have a bastard game that appeals to different kinds of audiences. They could make this very easy change that I've outlined here, or similar to what I've outlined here, and it would actually improve the game and actually make trials more accessible and more useful for somebody who doesn't have all the time in the world to play it. And you won't have FOMO, because who cares if you miss 1 or 2 weeks? You're not going to get the biggest XP or credits drop in the next season. Who cares if you don't get pink drops this week with the weekly rankings? You just want to come in, collect your stars, and if you are good enough to get 3 stars on everything every week, then you're going to get all the cosmetics, and you'll probably get quite high in the rankings anyway. I hope they're looking at it. I don't know how the community feels about this stuff, but I hope you're all having fun with the game. I'm going to keep playing the game, obviously. What would you change? Are you having a good time? I know there's been a bit of hullabaloo because they got rid of Hidden Bunker in the middle of the week. So anybody who was farming that to do trials in the early week now has a clear advantage over people who didn't farm it. And stuff like that. All these modifiers, all these extra stresses and considerations that are put on the game by trying to chase the ranking system. Would you change it? How would you change it? Are you happy with it being the way that it is? I'll leave it up to you all. Let me know in the comments, and have a good day now. Happy hunting, happy raiding, and stay friendly. Bye bye now.